A little bit of swing back into the right-hander. Runs, first boundary of the day, lovely stroke.
Let me tell you, this way, made sure he came close to the line of the delivery and then full face of the bat, timed it well, gorgeous stroke.
That's pulled away and all the way.
It seemed like he was waiting for the short pitch delivery. And he pounced on it.
Face of the bat, but as soon as it's chest high.
Oh, that is good from Gurbaz. Just using the angle, helping the ball on its way. And he picks up second boundary of the over. That's good going.
Pulled again. Nearly a very similar result, but he was onto this quickly because it wasn't that short. Well, this is what Ramanullah Gurbaz can do. You give him something a little bit loose and he'll...
Playing it down away from that fielder at square leg.
Little short, that's a good pull shot. Good enough to split the gap between the two men in the deep. Good enough to find the boundary. Nice finish to the over for Afghanistan and for Ibrahim.
Strong intent shown from Ramanullah Gurbaz. Comes down the track, plays it with the bounce. I would say that I do not even, bother considering that you could get me out.
So a huge shot by Ramanullah Gurbaz, dragged down by Usama. And that went a long way. With a massive stroke to a settled batsman like Gurbaz. He's not going to miss out. A brilliant maximum. Probably expecting it to be slightly shorter. And that was very, very short and ample time.
And that'll be 50. Not his most fluent innings, but a very important one nevertheless.
Well played, young man. Worked really hard. With this effort, he has certainly lifted the entire Afghan team. Everybody's so happy for him. Getting 100 against the Pakistani bowling attack is not a joke.
He was looking for the ball before he goes straight away. He knows he's got just enough time to race through. The misfield, of course, made it even easier. You can see how much that means to him. So a personal goal, but a very, very important innings for that team as well. Horribly beaten in game number one. They've played themselves into a very good position here. Oh, that's a good shot. That has gone. Just helped on its way. It's gone a real distance.
Yeah, we've spoken enough about Gurbaz. How about that stroke from Ibrahim? When he came out and executed that extra cover drive at the first over against Shaheen Shah Afridi, you knew.
Into the gap for 4. This is lovely batting. He's finding new angles and he's middling everything now.
Yeah, gave himself some room, wanting to bisect that gap through extra cover and mid-off. And perfectly did. Naseem Shah going full into a reverse swing. The batsman has scored 100. He's not going to miss out on that opportunity. This smart batting.
There is that slog sweep, gets it past the man at deep. Shaheen Shah Afridi could only watch it sail across, one bounce over the fence. Terrific strike from Gurbaz. He's pushing on to a 150 here.
Smart batting. Remember, we're in second power play still, only 4.
And chance at long off. Finally a wicket falls, but not before they've done a huge damage here. If the Khar takes a catch, all Pakistani fielders look just a little bit jaded and jolted by this great effort.
Ibrahim Zadran probably was trying to go over extra cover and inside out. Run 4.
Well, there you go. Shaheen Shah Afridi eventually gets his first wicket of the day. Trying to give himself room, gives it a full swing of the bat. The edge goes straight through to Rizwan. Yes, a very simple decision for the umpire just to acknowledge, but it's the end of a brilliant knock.
And he was the one who gave the breakthrough, but there's a thing called commentator's curse, and while we were talking about him, how beautifully he's bowled, he concedes a boundary, and that too of the bat of Muhammad Nabi.
Who has played the predicted shot, and he's hit it absolutely sweetly. 284 for 4.
Lovely stroke, really is.
And he's hit it into the gap just a few yards short of the boundary, so eventually he's guessed right.
Well, he's swung at a few, hasn't he? This one he manages to clatter over mid-wicket.
Naseem Shah takes a bit of pace off. Nabi gets inside it again, and that is just simply taken. Didn't get it to extra cover, Got it, Imam on the...
Mohammad Nabi goes back after making 29. Afghanistan are 294 for 5.
Just within the guidelines. Rizwan sort of tries his best to convince everyone that it's not quite a wide. So that brings to... Well, that's one way of dealing with the challenge for Fakhar Zaman. Uses his feet well, gets the pitch, steers it through the gap at extra cover, just evades the extra cover.
Yeah, he's been guilty of not moving his feet, and this time around, timing wasn't there. Still enough force to take the ball to the boundary line.
There's the width. Now that's the width that allows a batsman to get on the front foot, and it's a more cross-bat shot than a straight bat shot.
That inside edge has earned him so many runs. Fakhar Zaman once again miscuing. He picks up a boundary.
Pulled away from that fielder. Will pick up a boundary.
No hard hands, it's just soft wrist work from him.
Good toss and clipped away nicely. Gorgeous stroke from Babar Azam to finish the 11th over. 72 for 1, Pakistan.
On the pads, easily done by Babar Azam. You don't want to bowl him there, and that to a full toss.
That's not a good delivery. Drag down and put away.
That was too short. Imam had all the time to get on the back foot and smash this, because there's... Oh, he'd almost dropped back. Yeah, once again, Mohammad Nabi giving too much room. That's too short, too wide. That's the arm ball that he tried to bowl to Babar Azam, and he was onto it. He would not miss it for the world. Caliber that Babar Azam has, he'll smash this 10 out of 10 times to the boundary.
Oh, no, that'll be a whole heap of wides. A whole heap of them.
That kind of day, things not going your way, earlier over a drop.
Babar calls him through, and that will be Imam ul Haq's 18th one-day international 50.
Dugout appreciates the effort. He's been the focused batter of Pakistan, plays it late, waits for...
Shot indeed. Someone had to do it. Imam has tried, he's looked as though he's trying to do it, but it's Babar Azam who has used his feet beautifully there. Guided it straight over mid-off. And a boundary it is.
Against the turn. Not an easier stroke to play against an off-spinner.
Oh, that's why the slip was there. That is so beautifully bowled. And here's one of the cruelest ironies of this game of cricket. He's bowled it beautifully. Could have got his man out. Instead, what's happening? It is Babar Azam who's gone to his 27th ODI 50. Second against Afghanistan.
That's in the air, a slow delivery and taken. This is a big wicket to have of Babar Azam, who was looking good.
Well, that is a bolt from the blue. It really is, because Babar Azam didn't really look like getting out.
Down the track. Hesitation, run out. Yes! Hezi. They have started to celebrate already. Mix up, big wicket here for Afghanistan to celebrate.
He has sold his partner down the river.
Wicket for Afghanistan. 2 wickets in quick succession. Mohammad Rizwan, the batsman, out for 2. Pakistan derailing 176 for 3. Pulls. And that will trickle into the boundary for 4.
He's been searching for a boundary. That may release a little bit of pressure, because Imam has certainly shown a little bit of nervousness in the last few overs. That might help him a little bit.
Gets the ball behind square. Has he found the gap? Straight driven. An authentic straight drive for 4.
There you go, Hilton, you mentioned that. He's better off looking to time the ball rather than...
Oh, this is out. This is out. Nabi has got a wicket.
Yeah, against the run of the play. Nabi has... Agree?
This could be caught. Yes, he's out. Caught on the boundary. Experiment didn't work for Pakistan. Another wicket for Nabi to celebrate.
Okay, the reverse cup is implemented again, but this time it's held. And Afghanistan now are making serious inroads into this Pakistan batting lineup. It's Azam who goes out without scoring. It's 2 of 8 for 5.
And gone. This is super stuff from Mujib and Afghanistan. Imamul Haq has been removed from the scene, and Pakistan slump further.
That was a magnificent delivery and an easy catch. A dolly, a lolly, whatever you say, Alex. Beg your pardon, cow point. This is what good bowlers do. The situation demands for a wicket. He gets it done. Imamul Haq, a good knock. Nevertheless, 91 of 105. Pakistan in trouble. 211 for 6.
This could be the chance now. When given the chance, if the heart can be lethal. It's a great start to the over. 4 through the offside.
I understand why Hasbutullah Shahidi keeping 1 over.
Help the cause. Shots like this will certainly make it easier. That's a boundary. Welcome boundary for Shadab Khan. So that is the problem. The pace. The required run rate is touched 12 now.
Smack straight. Straight down the ground, and that will be 4. But this is desperately needed by Pakistan. Sounds good, but it has gone high. And that is well taken. Mohammad Nabi had to make a lot of ground to come in from long on. That went high but had no distance. Was hanging in the air. Tantalising maybe. Needed judging. He judged it well. Kept his head. And the hands were exactly where they needed to be.
Whatever. 8 for 7.
There go those levers. But he hasn't got hold of it. The catch is taken. It's Rashid Khan who keeps a cool head at wide mid-wicket. And that is exactly what Afghanistan wanted, exactly what Pakistan did not.
2 for 8.
Full toss. And it's in the gap. It's going to be through for 4. So that full toss bisects those two men at a backward square leg at a deep mid-wicket. That makes a difference. That makes things change. 11 runs needed. Oh, Farooqi. Oh, Farooqi. But they've got to check now to just check the exact point that Farooqi had got to in his action. Now at that stage he hasn't got anywhere near completing it. But Shadab is not watching the bowler.
That's within the laws, and he is out. One has to accept that.
Now that's been hit well. That's been hit very, very firmly. So Pakistan with just this 1 wicket left with Naseem and Rauf. It's Naseem on strike. He has hit that beautifully. They're still in the game.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of that T20 game. T20 World Cup game between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Afghanistan was winning, and Naseem Shah was the man who shattered the dreams.
Right, where's he going to aim? There's Bennett, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, long off. Oh, it's gone through the gap. It's